Okay, good evening, Sir Anton, and also good evening, everyone. We are from Group 2. That Group 2 consists of Mas Eko Ilman and also consists of me, Melanie. So today we want to present our final project with the title Case Study of Halodoc. And this is key topic of Halodoc in our presentation. The first talk about introduction. The second is talk about main business. The third one is talk about competitive strategy. The fourth one is talk about NPD or new product development of Halodoc. And the last one is talk about conclusion. This is the overview of Halodoc. That Halodoc is innovation from the talk of Jonathan Sudarta, who is the founder of Halodoc, to solve the problem of patient that difficult in consulting with doctors. So actually this idea come from several problems by experience that Indonesian people in accessing health service, and Halodoc was created as an easy solution for Indonesian citizens to consult their health problems only with one simple application, that is via smartphone. And Halodoc is provide 19,000 licensed doctors and 1,000 certificate pharmacy through medical delivery service Apotek Antar and licensed medical laboratory service. And this is the vision and mission of Halodoc for the vision to become an advanced healthcare platform in Indonesia. That Halodoc is committed to being healthcare platform that can connect patients with various stakeholder health. So for the mission, facilitate Indonesian people's access to service health through technology. Halodoc wants appreciation of Indonesian society from Sabang to Merauke to have equally easy access to health service. And this is the hashtag of Halodoc that say tenang ada Halodoc. So next talk about main business of Halodoc. This is Halodoc business model. As we have known that Halodoc is provide of online teleconsultation platform for multiple health disorder, where Halodoc brings together two formally separate businesses, one for teleconsultation with healthcare professionals and one for the delivery of pharmaceuticals, although used by mobile application. And Halodoc provides online through video calls, web, and desk voice calls and chat. So letting customer to order lab tests, which are to be carried out in their homes, and use the application to order medicine from participating pharmacists. And this is SWOT analysis of Halodoc. For the strengths of Halodoc is simpling healthcare Indonesia. Halodoc is very helpful in overcoming the issue. Halodoc also connect user to network. The response from doctor is relatively fast, and Halodoc is already available in some cities in Indonesia. So for the weakness, the price of consultation is relatively expensive, and the doctors could only provide consultation in the form of advice with no direct handling. And for the opportunity of Halodoc, develop the market in Indonesia. Halodoc also expand the market. So Halodoc provide medical tools like wheelchairs, oxygen, and etc. So Halodoc can use the versatile era by developing technology, and due to the growth, Halodoc can take advantage to draw more consumer. For the threat of Halodoc, several generation or Indonesian people still don't know how to operate high-tech application and clueless about technology. And while this is often apparent in the society, in which the doctor still difficult to detect the symptoms and hard to find the solution. And next, talk about competitive strategy. As you have known, that so many startups in the health sector are starting to appear with various innovation, and Halodoc has also introduced other business innovation, such as direct drug delivery to patients' home and laboratory tests. This startup will later invest in solutions that are more down to earth in the Indonesian community. And Halodoc will continue to work closely with related institutions and ministries, namely the Ministry of Health and BPJS, to improve the quality of health startups such as Halodoc. And this is done by developer of the popular health application, Halodoc Consultation Doctor, in order to win the competition in the midst of the many health startups that have started to emerge lately. Furthermore, Halodoc has also developed other business innovation, such as direct drug delivery to the patient's resident and laboratory examination directly at the patient's home. And this is the value innovation of Halodoc. For the first doctor consultation, that the user can ask doctor by selecting or choosing the feature to communicate, for example, video call, voice, or chat. So the second is by medicine. Halodoc is integrated with the Apotek Antar Fitur, which is platform that connects user with more than 1,000 official pharmacy. The third one, hospital check-up service. Halodoc has the Halodoc Goes to Hospital, or we can call SG2H feature. With the SG2H feature, in addition to making easy to make appointment with doctor, it is also easy for patient to redeem prescription drug at the hospital. And the fourth one is lab service, that Halodoc also provide lab testing service. So the user can easily order laboratory test service from official laboratories that have collaborated. And the last is health information. The Halodoc doctor consultation application is not only limited to consulting doctor, but also will provide the most complete and reliable health articles about health and healthy lifestyles online. And this is the top of mind healthcare provider. As you can see on the side here, so many the competitor of Halodoc, like AlloDokter, ClickDokter, Dr. ID, and Exersa. So Halodoc, this is the one and the superior from other competitor based on DS Research or Daily Social on October 2019. So next presentation will be presented by Mas Ilman.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Melanie. Next slide. Yeah, the new product development of Halodoc conducted by Halodoc based on our group analysis is that Halodoc can sell traditional medicines on its website and introduce its benefits where currently Halodoc is only bridge and liaison between patient and doctor. Next. This is the part of product development process in our group. The first is idea generation, research, and planning until the commercialization, but we limited to the research and product idea generation. Next. Before we decide to conclude the product, we conduct the research based on the article or journal. There are a journal that study about the community knowledge level about the traditional medicine in Sumedang. This is the result of the research. The first is about the medicine traditional or herbal medicine. Mostly of the people is knowing about this medicine, but and the important thing is yeah, we can find that in number 2. Yeah, is it traditional? Is the existing jamu like jamu or medicine herbal is kind of the medicine that is legal from the government or not, but most of the sample is not knowing that they just uh, they just continuing the tradition to consume the herbal from their um, let's say leluhur, yeah, from the traditional, yeah, from the tradition. That's the knowledge. But but the important thing is that most of the people, about the 90%, is knowing that about the medicine, traditional medicine or herbal medicine. Next, this is the herbal consumption prevalence that the data is collected from Riscus Days 2010 that they asking to 15 years or up to conduct the research, but then the result is about 40.7% is never never consume, yeah, the herbal things, but for 45% is sometime, and just 4.3% is regularly consume the herbal medicine to take care of the body, and for 9.7% is ever consume the medicine. Yeah, this is, and in the right side graphic is the kind of medicine that consume, but the most consumed medicine is in form of liquid. Next, and the research finding on the research about the herbal, that the herbal positioning in Indonesia is as a service with traditional medicine is more on preventive, promotive, or curative effort as an adjuvant or a complement to drug conventional. And traditional medicine financing can, and also, and yeah, we found also that the traditional medicine is financing can be done with the AK or capital investment or APBN number 2, but has not been utilized. And this is related to the policy of Indonesian government that they want to enhance the level of consumption of the herbal medicine. That later on we will the like hospital or service healthcare provider will provide two options. The first one is using conventional medicine like obat-obatan, vitamin, etc. And the second one is they will offer the herbal medicine. That this is already decided by the government, and with the now is in under working to achieve the target. And the challenge of herbal product services is this condition is due to lack of political will from stakeholder and absence of standard reference for the formula of traditional medicine, especially if it can be guaranteed by BPJS in the future. It means that now BPJS not yet covering when the hospital and another healthcare provider when they offer to using herbal medicine is not covering yet by BPJS at the time. This is need to be prepared by government. So the producer of medicine or herbal medicine will more aggressively to increase or to produce the medicine later on. And also there is still a need for ministerial decree that health facilities are required to provide service with traditional medicine. Next. And we found that the government support in another research is that already declared from the government that the first is Presidential Instruction number 6 of 2016 concerning the acceleration of the development of the pharmaceutical industry. The industry must encourage itself to develop phytopharmaceutical product, which is herbal medicines. There should be support from the government in a synergistic manner so that the phytopharmaca can immediately be utilized in health services. And the second is the chairman of Commission 9 of DPR, the Indonesian House of Representatives, during his visit to PTOOT in August 2017, said in the future the health service system will be made more friendly to traditional medicines. It is hoped that the patient will be able to choose to get conventional medicine services or medicine made from traditional herbs, it said. And from Versi data in 2013 stated as many as 56 hospitals or rumah sakit in 18 provinces have served non-conventional treatment such as alternative medicine or obat tradisional in addition to conventional medical treatment based on the decree of the Director General of Medical Services. 12 teaching hospitals have been established that carry out traditional alternative complementary medicine services based on the AWI et al. 2017. So we can see that the government support is there to enhance people consume the medicine herbal, but nowadays still in not so significantly increasing because the problem is the constraint to produce the medicine herbal is so many requirements like a license and the efficacy and etc. about the research also still in a low effort like that. Next one. So we decide to we suggest to Halodoc to support the herbal product, yeah, because they what is the kind of support or kind of product that Halodoc can produce. The first one is regarding the herbal product. The first is as a marketplace for herbal product. The second one is increasing awareness to take care of body by consuming herbal product, because they have a platform like application and also website and also the funding to make like campaign, and also they have the loyal customer that they can offer to them to choose the option of this herbal medicine. And the third is help improve and strengthen the position of herbal medicine in the community through its technology like data science, customer retention by historian, etc. And the fourth is collaborating with researchers to increase confidence in the use of herbal medicine, which are still not much researched. This is our suggestion about how the herbal product. The approach that we conduct is using blue ocean strategy, of course, because the other competitor is not considering yet about selling or become a marketplace for the herbal product. Next. Yep, the conclusion that Halodoc is a health application that provides complete and reliable health solution to meet health and family needs. That's the main business. So, the second one is based on the theory and value innovation. Halodoc is the first company to provide health solution for the people of Indonesia. In this case, Halodoc is a startup that runs a blue ocean strategy where the company operates in an unrivaled market rather than having a compete with similar companies. And the third is Halodoc have been positioned in the ecosystem, the good ecosystem to integrate their supporting component and also conduct in healthy field. Yeah. So also they have many superior feature like data science that the loyal customer they already have, and they can make it more functional, make it more insightful to spread the herbal medicine to Indonesian community. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Pak.